Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I have a very special video for you guys, a tutorial on how to draw Baby Yoda and also a speed drawing to the whole process and the shading, and I'm going to use the Faber-Castell color pencil when I'm going to do the speed drawing. I want to show you the basics on how to draw Baby Yoda, then I'm going to go in much detail with the color pencil, and we're gonna see how far we can go with the details, with the shading, and how realistically we can make Baby Yoda look. For this drawing you are going to need an HB pencil for the sketch. You are going to need an eraser, of course, no matter what eraser it is. It may be a pencil eraser, it may be a normal eraser. You're going to need also a mechanical pencil for more accurate sketching. Of course, the color pencils only if you want to do a realistic drawing and you want to go and add some color to the overall sketch. And of course, the ruler, your best friend in this case. Now, for every drawing that I do, I've always looked at the reference image and I analyze the parts of the character and the thing that I want to draw. And I always, if I want to draw more realistically and more accurate, I always measure the parts of the drawing to have a more accurate representation of what I'm trying to draw. But if you want to go wild and draw it by hand and you have a little more experience, you can go ahead and do that. But for beginners, I always advise them to use a ruler and to compare the proportion for the character. Now, I've already started the process with the proportions to sketch a little bit and to spare you guys the headache of watching me use the eraser a bunch of times. So as always, you need to split the page in half so that your character, the Baby Yoda, is going to be in the middle of the page. Now, for other things, you need to measure where you want to place the head. So in the reference image, the head, it's a little bit higher, but the legs of Baby Yoda are not shown. So you gotta start with the torso from the bottom, so you don't have to draw the legs, but you also have to measure the distance equally from left to right, so that you can place him exactly in the middle. Now, what I saw in the reference image is that the ears are not exactly even. So one is bigger, one is longer than the other. So what I did was I split the page in half, and then I did another separation here, another line, so that I can see where I'm going to place his chin. So right here is the chin. Then I placed another guideline above his head with a ruler, exactly here. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but here is another line. And I estimated how tall his head is, because his head is obviously little compared to his torso. So for every drawing you gotta measure. So I've always measured the head like this with my fingers. So I did like this. This was the head, and I counted how many times I can fit his head into his torso, so that I can have a better idea on where I need to place the head and how tall I need to make the head also. So for me, his head was like 1.5. So here I was with one head, here I was with the second one, and here down at the bottom I couldn't fit another head, so it was 1.5. So that's why I placed the head here, because I can it's more accurate to the reference image that I used, because I measured like this, and then I measured again with my fingers on the page how many heads can I can fit in his torso. So if you did go to art school, you would know by now that most of the teachers teach you to use the pencil that you are using and close one eye and look like this to measure the image, if you have your image and your person that you want to draw right in front of you. But if we have a digital image, we measure with our fingers. This is more useful and more easy. So again, here I draw another guideline, here another guideline, left and right, so that I can see how far the hands of this little guy go. So the hands were right here, the cape that he's wearing, and the right ear goes right above the cape, but the left ear goes further than the actual cape. So that's why I did like this, and I draw this ear further than the actual cape. For the details that I did here, this is common sense. So if you already draw the guidelines, so you know how far you need to go with the ears, left and right. You already know how far you can go with the cape. Other things are going to come very easy, very naturally. If you have the reference image right in front of you, you can go ahead and add the details to the cheeks. You can go ahead and estimate the chin, the nose, and the eyes. I did a very simple sketch here, and I didn't press hard on the pencil. So if you want to draw accurate and realistically, first when you are doing the sketch, you need to press very light on the pencil, so that later when you are going to come with a colored pencil and you are going to fill the shadows, you are going to do the shading, so on and so forth, you will not see the color of the pencil. So this is the most important thing when you are going to draw with a colored pencil. The sketch doesn't need to be seen. So that's why I didn't press too hard on the paper. But the guidelines that I did here, I finished them. So right now I just need to erase the guidelines, and then I'm going to come with a color pencil and I'm going to shade the whole image. So that was my tutorial on how you can accurate sketch Baby Yoda. But if you want to follow me while I am placing the shading and with the colored pencil, you can go ahead and watch it continuously, because right now I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to start a new one to combine them, and I'm going to do this section of the video a speed drawing. And if you want to see it more slowly, you can use the YouTube speed and make it a little bit slower, so that you can see how I place the shadows and the actual shading on Baby Yoda. But like I said, as a conclusion, you just need to follow your own guidelines when you are sketching Baby Yoda. Like I said, one ear is longer than the other. The head is fitting into his torso 1.5 times, and you need to place him right at the center, and the extremities that you make with the guidelines left and right are actually for the cape, not for his hands, because they are lower. And this is the middle guideline, so that you can know where you need to place the nose and the middle of the chin. So that's it. It's very easy. I believe anyone can do it with a little bit of practice. So that was it for the sketching tutorial. Now I'm going to go deep into those color pencils. Bear with me.